What's up guys, Perry here, and look who we finally got. Rengoku. Only took us 229 runs. Boy am I glad I didn't have to actually play that. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to let y'all know, wink wink, sneak peek into the next video. We'll definitely be featuring him. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 beginner mistakes, or mistakes that I made, which I wish I'd known sooner in anime Vanguards. Because, you know, I see a lot of people doing some pretty dumb things on here. There's things that they regret, or maybe they're just trying to find out how to progress a little bit faster or do something a little bit more efficiently, and that's what I'm going to dedicate this video to. So we're just going to go over 5 things that I personally think you should be doing if you're not already. And yeah, let's just go on to the first thing. The first very common beginner mistake that I see a lot of people doing is getting greedy, or not getting greedy, getting impatient with their rerolls. Because most people in this game are going to be free-to-play players, or at least somewhat free-to-play, myself included. The only thing that I bought was VIP in the Battle Pass. Besides that, I promise you most of us aren't going to be spending hundreds of dollars on rerolls, meaning that these are going to be like diamonds, you know, the most valuable currency you have at your disposal. And when it's as valuable as rerolls, you know, those are finite. You can't get an infinite amount of those. Sure, you can get your 50 from the shop right here. Buy one more. You can get your 50 from the shop. You can get your 25 from the raid shop. You can get your rerolls from the achievements tab. If you complete all of these, you'll get a very good amount of rerolls. But you only get so many, right? Rerolls are a finite resource because there's just no way to reliably farm them in this game. There are things that you can do to get more, but they're sort of just one and done. So with that being said, it's really important that you guys use your rerolls wisely and as efficiently as possible so you can try to ensure you get the best stuff on your best units. What do I mean by that? Well, like once you roll a trait that's decent, right? Let's go over the trait stuff right here. I'd say once you roll anything blitz and above on one of your good units, like one of your good mythic or exclusive units, ignore Hakura because she's not really a damage unit. But you get what I mean. Once you roll something decent on one of your units, call it quits. Like Blitz Plus, insanely good. These are very rare traits, and I know it's going to be really tempting to keep gambling because we all want that super strong Monarch. But, you know, I'm here to tell you 99% of the time you're not going to get this. And you're going to end up rolling off of your Blitz or Solar or Deadeye or Ethereal, and you're going to end up getting some garbage. That's exactly what happened to me with my Vegeta. I had Blitz on this dude, and I got greedy, and I rolled again, and I got Swift 1. And I know it's tempting. When you see those rerolls, you're like, oh, I'm going to roll again, and I'm going to get something good. Guess what? I got garbage. The Marksman is ass. Like, it's mid. I should have kept my Blitz, and I spent over 100 rerolls on Vegeta trying to get my Blitz back, and I never got it. So let me serve as a cautionary tale to not be greedy with your rerolls. If you got a good trait, if you got Ethereal, if you got Blitz, if you got Solar on a unit, keep it. Don't try to gamble for something better because chances are you're not going to end up getting anything good and you're just going to waste all of your rerolls on a single unit when you could be spreading it out across multiple units on your team, trying to get a decent trait on as many units as possible. That's the end goal, right? Obviously, we all want that Monarch team with double fortune farm and full level 50 maxed out Monarch units, but the reality of the situation is that is never going to happen for most people, including myself. So what can you do? Well, you can at least play it smart and try to get good traits on as many units as possible instead of gambling. I know, not gambling can be very hard, but trust me, it'll be more rewarding in the long run. Next thing that I want to talk about also relates to rolling, and that's going to be don't roll on lower tier units. Don't roll on a rare, epic, or legendary unit. It's not worth it. Like, sure, the only times that I can justify rolling on lower tier units is if you're doing your farms. See, I rolled for a Fortune Speedwagon, I rolled for a Fortune Takarada. Those are the only two that I can justify, but even then, that's risky. Why? Because oftentimes you'll find yourself rolling Monarch on those units. It's happened to too many people, and every single time that I see that, you know, my prayers go out to them, because man, I know that if that was me, I would have jumped off a cliff, dude. Oh my god, imagine getting Monarch on a farm unit. genuinely, like, not only is it completely useless for the farm unit, but that Monarch could have gone to an actual good unit. Like, that just, it's a pain that I don't wish on my worst enemy. So how can you avoid that? Just don't bother rolling on lower tier units. If you have to, you know, if you're like a mid-maxer, try hard, go ahead and roll for Fortune on these guys. Fortune isn't even that rare, so chances are you'll probably get it. Let me see the trait index. Yeah, Fortune is a 2.5% chance trait, which although it's not the highest, you know, you are going to roll a lot of garbage before you get this. You have a pretty good chance of rolling Fortune. I'd say in like 50 rerolls, you'll get a Fortune. Like, if your luck is average, you'll get a Fortune in at least 50 rerolls. And it is good to have Fortune on your farms. Why? Well, the best way that I can put it is your Monarch Igris or your Monarch Sun Jin Woo will eventually get power crept. Or I'll put this in better terms. If you roll Monarch on any legendary or below unit, it's going to be useless a couple updates from now. The damage is just going to be so lackluster and ass and, you know, needing of more damage that it's not even going to be worth it having it anymore. But your Fortune farm will never be power crept. These two will always be good no matter what, because this game, you know, the game design lends itself to needing farms. You need farms for this game. So if you do have Fortune on your farms, you're set for life. That's the best thing that you could ever get on them, unless the devs release some stupid, like, even rarer trait like ALS, drop like Entrepreneur or something. I don't think they're going to do that though. But it's not even hard to get it on ALS because 4x luck weekend, but I'm getting off topic. Let's move on to the number 3 mistake that I see people making. Third mistake that I'm going to go over is summoning when the banner is trash. If you are a beginner player and you don't have any mythics on your team, or you only have a few mythics and you're trying to get more so you can get yourself a decent team, I'm here to tell you, unless the main banner has something good like Sun Jin Woo or Vegeta, or I guess we'll go with Obito too, like, I'd say those are the big 3 right now. Don't bother summoning unless there are good units in the banner. Also, Tengen's pretty good too. Not Tengen. Oh yeah, Tengen, where is he? If this guy's in the banner, get him for sure, because he's really, really good. Anything besides that, I wouldn't prioritize. Like, if you get your main meta units first, your Sun Jin Woo, your Vegeta, your Tengen, like, those are very, very good units that I think should take priority. Don't waste your gems when it's some garbage like Naruto. Now, that's not to say that mythic units are garbage. Obviously, Naruto's good. He's a mythic. In comparison to the S tier mythics in this game, he does not stack up. Which is why I think you should be smart with your gems. Because yes, you can macro for them. It's still going to take you a while though. You want to get your stuff as soon as possible. Make sure that you are patient on these banners. I know that it can suck hoarding your gems, waiting for this dude to go in the middle, or waiting for Sun Jin Woo to go in the middle, because sometimes it feels like they never show up. Sometimes it feels extremely rare. But, you know, trust me, patience is key. Don't gamble on the banner unless you already have the mythics that you want. It's just going to stop your progress, you know. It's going to slow you down. It's a mistake that I made. I got greedy, and I ended up with a bunch of Narutos. Don't do that. Anyways, let's move on to item number 4. Next mistake that I see people doing is going into the time chamber. Oh my goodness. Time chamber could not be a bigger waste of your electricity and time, like, than any other thing in this game. I promise you, if you macro anything, literally any other game mode, you will get more gems than you will in time chamber. Now, the only time where I can tell you, okay, you can go into time chamber, I think you should, is if you're a mobile player that can't macro. You know, if that's you, you know, all power to you. Go into time chamber. That's literally the only way you can AFK farm gems, so, you know, I'll give that to you. But if you're on PC, you should never be going into time chamber. Macroing is 10 times better. Not only do you get more gems, you get way better rewards, you get more gold. Now, let me equip a unit real quick. Like, for example, right, just macroing any story mode, you're gonna get gold, you're gonna get XP, food, and you're gonna get a lot more gems than you will in time chamber. Like, exponentially more gems. So it's 10 times more useful to you to macro than it is to go into time chamber. If you're going into time chamber, even if you have VIP and you have premium, I have both, it's still worse than macroing. Don't go into time chamber if you have the choice. If you're a mobile player, then obviously, yeah, that's the best method for you. That's the only thing that you can do. But if you're a PC player, and I'm assuming the vast majority of people watching this are, don't go into Time Chamber, dude. It's a waste of your time, and don't buy VIP for the sole purpose of trying to farm Time Chamber for extra gems. You're wasting your money. Don't do that. Never farm Time Chamber, always macro. Macroing is the meta. Macro guards, enemy, macro guards, whatever you want to call it. You should always be macroing. And if you don't know how to macro, literally just search up on YouTube, anime Vanguards macro, 100 will show up. Everybody does it. You'll learn how to do it. It's extremely easy. And let's move into our last item. Alright, last but certainly not least, the main thing that I don't see enough people doing, even though the devs made an announcement about it when the game came out, but still, sometimes I see people not doing it, so I thought it'd be good to include in the video. Always have this turned on. Show max range on placement. This is probably one of the best quality of life features that this game ever added. Like, it is just such a huge convenience thing, and I'll show you why. Also, my internet sucks, dude. Look at this. It can't even load in the GUI properly. God, I need to upgrade my internet. Anyways, as you can see, without that feature turned on, you can see how there's a little ring around my units that shows their initial range on placement, which is good. Yes, that's useful, but that's not useful enough. What can we do to fix that? Well, if we go to settings, we turn on show max range on placement. Check that off right now. Now, as you can see, it shows you an extra ring around your unit, which shows you how much range it's going to have when it's max. Why is this good? Well, let's say you have a unit with marksman, or not even marksman, just say you have any unit. You can see the exact pixel perfect placement that you need, so you can get as much range out of him as possible. Like, there is no scenario where you shouldn't be using this. It's just extremely good. Like, no matter the game mode, no matter what you're doing, it's always good to have this on. And if you don't have it on, you're really just making the game a little bit harder for yourself for no reason. So, with all that being said, that is going to wrap up my video on the top 5 beginner mistakes that I wish I knew before I started playing anime Vanguards. Stay tuned for the next video, because we have something nice planned, something that I've been trying to do for a while. And finally, now that I have Rengoku, we can actually do it. But yeah, if you stuck around till the end of the video, thank you for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll catch you in the next one.